Alright, here we are, the one final tier of Supercars Exhibition Series. Pretty short one, so just 6 tiers. And the last one we've got here is going to be, as I was predicting, at Bathurst. So we got elimination, speed record, and a cup race. Of course, this is an exhibition series where we get to race cars that we don't own. In this case, cars that we are not able to even purchase quite yet. So a real good chance to test out, get a feel for how these cars drive, and so on. And this is the final tier we got here. So let's start with elimination. And let's see. Ultima is, of course, the first limited time series out of the 3 2018 V8 Supercars, starting in a day or two. And then I'm sure Falcon and Commodore will follow with their own limited time series. And I've got the first two, Ultima and Falcon, already upgraded to the Racing Dollar Max. So it's time to get Holden up there. Of course, that's going to be the 9 upgrades. So we got an engine upgrade, which is going to be cash. I mean, they're all going to be, did I say cash? I meant gold. They're mostly gold except for just like the other two, suspension and exhaust. So, yeah, 60 gold for engine, and holding off on these for the time being until I can confirm in-game what actual requirements going to be to complete the corresponding limited time series is going to be, since their published number on their website is I don't know, I have a reason to doubt. I mean, it might be correct, in which case it will mean we have to max out engine, but if I can help it, I'd like to save when I can. Anyway, suspension, as I was saying, is the cash upgrade here for our R&D, just like the other two cars. So let's get that going. And it's going to be same for exhaust. So under 65.5k racing dollars. Go, and then remaining two, second tier is going to be all gold like the others. 38 gold for brakes and 46 for tires and wheels. So for now, we're going to hold off, as I was saying. In the meantime, let's get going on this elimination at Mount Panorama. Should be just a normal elimination with a grid of 8, 20-second elimination. All right. And here we go. Alright, the first corner, very important. The Hell corner, I think, is what it's called. And of course, anytime you have come out ahead early on, the rest of the race does become a lot easier to manage, since you can really race your line without having to select an alternative line because of either a traffic concern or whatever, obstacle issues, right? So pretty healthy lead in front of the second place, Voodoo Hoodoo. Alright, cutting through the S's here, and ever so crucial forced elbow. Oh, that was swinging way too wide. Gotta cut across much earlier. But as I was saying, when you have such an early lead, those type of things can be forgiven. You know what I mean? There's more room for mistakes. Not that, you know, you should rely on it, but gives you a good way to practice your cornering. There we go. That's a nice cornering. Completing the lap 1. And that one I probably could have carried a little bit more speed. With some final 10 seconds, 8 seconds remaining. 5, 4. I don't think our opponent can quite close the gap. There we go. All right. Water pump leak. What's with that? Need to get more reliable water pump, I suppose, considering that I didn't really do anything to damage the car. At least I thought. Oh well. Well, just blame it on Eric for doing an improper installation. Or something. I don't know. Alright, so that took about 7 service bars, right? So I'd assume that's about 7 kilometers that we ran. So I think maybe a lap is about a kilometer. 6 kilometers is what I meant to say here at Mount Panorama. Of course, if you run an endurance race, then you know exactly how long a lap is at any given track, since you know, as long as you stay on track, it gives you an actual number. Anyway, let's move on to speed record. And it wants me to really drive this Ultima, doesn't it? But no, we'll give a fair amount of racing time for all 3 cars. So we'll take this Commodore for this last tier, since the other 2 cars got each 2 tiers of racing in this exhibition series. 298.4 I believe was the target, so about 300 is what we're looking to hit, and it's gonna have to happen at the downhill section. So I don't think I'll have any trouble hitting the target, but if it were a little bit tighter target, then you really have to work on how you tackle forced elbow, right? Yes, there are certain important sections of the track that are more important than others, let's just say. And as I've said before in other videos, generally the corners that lead into the faster section of the track are the ones that are really going to be crucial, because there really is no way of correcting your mistake afterwards. Versus when you have a combination of cornerings, like combination turns, if you mess up the first, you try to make it up in the second. Obviously, ideally, you want to make it through all of them, but like for example, when you screw up there, you know, you try to make it up on the next one. And let's see how tighter, and there you go, that's better. So as long as you don't cause any severe damage to your car, should be okay. 299 with some extra tarmac left for more acceleration if I needed to, but for our purpose that's not necessary, so we'll just be happy with the first place speed, which is slightly under 300 mark, which is fine. Right, so that is good enough for 2 out of 3 gold trophies remaining in this final tier of this exhibition series. And also we have enough service bars left for one more race, which is going to be a sort of a grand finale of this exhibition series at ending at the Supercars home turf, Bathurst. So it's going to be the proper supercar race with 94% complete for 6 extra gold. There we go. Oh, it's going to be a 4-lapper, so it is a proper cup race, if you will. And we'll continue with the Holden Commodore, and if I have time I might return with the other 2 here at Mount Panorama 4-lapper, although I have a feeling once I start running the limited time series that'll keep me plenty busy, along with some other expiring career series that I'm gonna have to complete. And in case you guys haven't noticed, I've been dumping a lot of some older playthrough videos, like some older championship series videos, like from a few months ago, like F12 Berlinetta Championship. I'm trying to make room on my hard drive. So that's what that is all about, the video dumping. Since I, made all those videos, might as well upload them, right? Anyway, so I figure, if they do run those championship series again, maybe they'll be worth keeping around for, if nothing else, for comparison purpose. But for now, let's focus on the task at hand, which is going to be this 4-lapper cup race, a supercar race here, Mount Panorama. So once again, winning, I don't think it's going to be much of a challenge. So we'll aim for, let's say, trying to hit the best lap time, or trying to hit the top speed and things of that sort. There we go. That wasn't the best handling of Forest Elbow, but at least I came out right with full throttle, because that's gonna be better than messing up at the last bit, because that is going to be determining your, what kind of top speed you're gonna get at the bottom of the hill. Yeah, I carried a little too much speed through that last corner, so I had to cut across a little bit earlier. Come on, there we go, yeah. Alright, so we'll just ignore the lap 1, since that one we started with the standing still start anyway, a little bit further back. Well, I guess a little bit further back is actually still okay, because the start line and finish line here at Mount Panorama is slightly different. Different enough to make a couple of seconds difference, possibly. Alright, that's way too slow through the cutting corner. not cutting across corner, but that corner is named cutting. So, all right, skyway up here through the parks. And I have to brake a little bit early to make sure that I can make it through these S's without skidding or worse, bumping into the wall. Alright, how about it this time? See, I hit the wall at the end of the cornering, which I think is worse than kind of fumbling earlier on, because it cuts into your acceleration when it should be really adding up. Anyway, so the first proper lap time is about 1:49. All right, 1:49 and change. All right, I like that already better through the hell corner. So perhaps the lap number 3, now that we got a better feel for the never mind, so much for better feel. And that's important too, because that uphill, obviously there isn't much place for correction. Aye. Alright, so braking once again relatively earlier so we can make it through these S's. There we go, and about halfway through those S's you start accelerating again. Alright, that is better, definitely. And I think 1:17 was my second checkpoint time in previous laps, so this one 1:16, so obviously that is better. And the top speed of about 307 there is what I saw, and still managed to keep the car on track through the end. Alright, so it's gonna be in the 140s, but 140 what? 145, 147. Alright. Every second counts, right? Alright, how's that one? Even earlier braking, but carrying hopefully quite a bit more speed through this first long straight. And of course, final lap, we're beginning to lap some opponents, so that means traffic management. So I don't expect the best lap time already, although so far pretty clean in terms of like not skidding or bumping into walls. And we'll hug very tight and exit wide. Yeah, but 1:17, so it's going to be just a tad bit slower lap, but that is a-okay. And once again, keep the car on tarmac. I guess wasn't a terrible amount of traffic. Not quite bunched up. But anyway, that does it for this final race of the Supercars exhibition series here. 7 minutes 18 seconds and change for those 4 laps here at Bathurst. 2,400 fame points. So that's actually not bad. Especially if you're like starting out, that is a pretty good amount of fame, especially if you add it up with, let's say, agent bonus and like daily fame bonus that you get once in a while. So yeah, and considering this should be unlocked for all players. So there we go, and of course that's gonna put the car solidly in critical condition. So let's get that serviced, and at some point those upgrades will be done, but really we're not in any rush, so it's all good. And there we have it, the final gold trophy for those 6 extra gold. There we go, and 30,000 racing dollars. 100% completing the series without owning a single car. Hey, that ain't so bad if you ask me. So there we have it. So yeah, this series should be available for all of us. So check out the cars. You don't have any obligation to upgrade or buy any of these cars. So I would say it's as good as your limited time series, except shorter and doesn't cost you anything. So alright, so good luck, and we'll see you in next video. Alright, take care guys.